My dear students, let us start. This is second unit, Introduction to Java. Right? As you know, we are studying Java. So in this class, we have to study Java in more detail. Right? In 8th standard, you have little about that, studied little. Okay, so in more deep, you have to study about that. So first thing, Java. Who developed the Java? So Java was developed by James Gosling. Okay, and his colleagues. Remember, there was a team, not a single man. Whenever he was working at Sun Microsystem, right? So Sun Microsystem. Okay, so it was developed by James Gosling and his colleagues. Colleagues means those who work in the same department at Sun Microsystem, and the earlier name was Oak. Okay, name was Oak. The reason there was an oak tree outside the Gosling's office. Okay, so remember that it came in 1991, but due to the naming convention it renamed to Java, right? So after that, 1995, first version of Java was launched. Okay, so remember, Java you may consider the extended version of C, C++. C++ is the extended version of C, and you may consider Java is the extended version of C++. Remember, earlier I have discussed in lesson number 1, unit number 1, it is an object-oriented programming language, right? So object-oriented programming language signifies that it is divided. Our problem is divided into number of components. These components we call objects, right? And remember that Java is having more advanced features as comparison to C++. So this person is a James Gosling. Okay, he looks like older. He is still alive, remember that. So something about the James Gosling. So born on 19 May 1955 near Calgary, Alberta in Canada. He is a famous software developer. He completed his graduation as a BSc in computer science from University of Calgary. Okay, in 1981 he honored a PhD degree, computer science, right? And after that he developed many compilers and mail systems. 1984 associated with the Sun Microsystem. Developed Java programming language 1990. With that he has also got that Order of Canada, right, which is the Canada's highest civilian award. Okay, second thing is, what are the features? So as I told, it is object-oriented programming. It has both compiler and interpreter. Remember that in language processor what happened, we need either compiler or interpreter, which can convert a high level language program, the instructions which we have written in a high level language, into the machine language, because computer understand only the machine language, right? But in Java what happened, Java requires both. Java requires compiler as well as interpreter. It means it requires both, right? And third one is, it can access data from a local system as well as from the net. Remember that this feature was not in that C language. Okay, next thing, let us go to the next one. So this is the some more features. Okay, so Java programming is written within the class. Classes are there. Okay, as you know, 8th class I told that. Second, Java programs can create the applets. What are the applets? Applets are like the window based programs. Okay, so applets are the window based programs that can work, that can run over the internet, but also you can transfer by the internet. Okay, next, Java does not have any preprocessor directive like this has. We start C and C++ program by using this has. Next is, Java is case sensitive. The letters which are in uppercase that you need to write in uppercase. The letters which are in lowercase that you need to write in lowercase. Remember that. Okay, the most important thing is Java and compiler and Java interpreter. Compiler and interpreter. So I told in many more languages we need either compiler or interpreter. But remember, in Java we need compiler plus interpreter. We need compiler plus interpreter. Interpreter we call in Java JVM or Java virtual machine. But in other programming language, other in the sense C or C++, we need either compiler or interpreter. Okay, so don't get confused. Again and again I am telling you why we need this compiler, interpreter and both that. So remember, in language processors we need either compiler or interpreter so that the instructions which we are giving in simple English language, in high level language, can be converted into the machine language. That's why we need compiler or interpreter, because computer understands only the machine language, right? So this is all about this other programming language, not Java, right? So if I discuss about Java, in Java what happened? This is also that some other programming language. Okay, this is the difference. But in case of Java, yes, this is the most important thing. We need compiler as well as interpreter. You can see this is the example of Java. So what it does, whatever instructions we write, that is called the source code. That is passes to the compiler. Compiler converts into the machine bytecode. That is also the machine readable, but it is machine readable to the interpreter or JVM. What is the name of interpreter here? JVM, Java Virtual Machine. What it does, it converts into the machine language. Okay, machine language, because computer understands only the machine language. So once again I am telling you, this is an important thing, compiler and interpreter. So source code is that code which we write in high level language. It is passes to the compiler. Compiler check all the errors and convert it to the bytecode. Remember, I am talking about Java. Okay, so bytecode is an intermediate code you may consider, and it is also portable code. Okay, what happened after that? It just passes to the JVM or interpreter. Interpreter convert to the machine language, or we can call that 0 and 1 language. So this is Java compiler and Java interpreter. Okay, so don't get confused. There is a compiler and interpreter. Okay, this is in the sense of other programming language, not Java. Okay, or if I talk about Java compiler and Java interpreter, so remember we need both Java compiler as well as Java interpreter. I told in this example, and this is the example of other programming language. You can see we need either interpreter or compiler. So here interpreter is used. What it is doing, it is taking source program or which we have given in the form of instructions in high level language, taking, and it is converted to the machine language directly. There is no intervention of the any bytecode or any other code, intermediate code. Okay, so rest of the things I will discuss later, next part. So thank you, thanks for watching.